So I realize it's been a minute since I have done a projector specific EFT video. So this is going to be very niche. So if you don't identify in human design as a projector or have no idea what I'm talking about, you'll probably want to skip this video. But this is on projector burnout. I myself identify as a projector. I'm a 6'2" projector, self-projected. And my experience and my research over the last couple of years around being a projector has completely changed my life. And one of the things that I've had to contend with and am constantly dealing with is projector burnout. So, if you are a projector or on this journey of discovering what it is and what it looks like in your life, burnout and not having a consistent energy source is a very real thing. So I have a lot of projectors in my life, and there's always this conversation and joke making about, do you have the energy today? And I want to acknowledge that, a lot of the depletion that we experience is also because we live in a capitalist society, and most of us are not operating at a speed or a cadence that's natural for us. And for projectors, this is particularly difficult and particularly challenging because we don't have consistent energy. We cannot regenerate our own energy like other human designs, such as generators, can. We also live in a generator focused world. So the 9 to 5, just the components of productivity that we're constantly dealing with, the levels to which we have to push ourselves are not natural for anyone, but they are particularly not natural for people who have projector as their human design, because we do not have the energy to replenish ourselves during these long periods of exertion. So I worked in a corporate environment for many, many years, and my experience half the time was wondering how people were doing this. I was keeping up, but it was so draining on my body. I constantly felt like I was on the brink of just breaking down, and I constantly was. I had to go take naps in my car. I also have high sensitivity, so there was just this constant battle of trying to find energy that I quite literally didn't have, and now I understand why. So this video is to just help us find that a moment of replenishing, when we might not have, a lot of us don't have days or even hours to walk away from our responsibilities, to walk away from a job, from families, from kids. So I want to acknowledge that that's not a privilege that everyone has. And again, we live in a capitalist society, so it's not always possible to take the amount of time that we need, but how can we find it regardless? Highly recommend the book Rest is Resistance. It is an incredible book, whether you identify as a projector or not, but I think particularly for projectors, it's important. So this video is for the moments when you have reached the end of your energetic rope as a projector. You have hit burnout. You have given it all and you have nothing left to give. You can use this in these moments when you're like, I need a little tap, a fuel tap of energy. So if you're new to tapping, I'm saying this now. If you're new to tapping, you can check out some of my earlier videos. I have projector specific videos. You can find the playlist on my homepage. But for now, why don't you go ahead and close your eyes if that's accessible for you and available for you. And just notice if you're in a moment of that burnout, in that projector absolute energetic depletion, just notice what happens in your body. What does your body feel like? I know for me, it can feel like a heaviness, a lethargy. Is that the word? Yeah, lethargy. And just a pure tiredness. But in my body, it feels very heavy. So just notice what happens in your body. Do you feel sensation somewhere? Do you feel even numbness can be a sensation, even though that's kind of an oxymoron? But just tune into your body. Is there a buzzing quality? And then notice where you feel it. Is it all over? Is it your chest? Is it your stomach? But try to pick maybe one area where you feel it the most. And when you're ready, you can start tapping on the side of the hand. And you can repeat after me either out loud or in your mind. And as always, please change the words. If what I say doesn't resonate for you, tapping is always best when it's your words and specific to your experience. Also, you can tap on either side if you're new. So tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I feel so depleted. I choose to acknowledge how I feel. And I have so much compassion for myself in this moment. Even though I feel this projector burnout, I'm so tired. And I feel like I have nothing left to give. I choose to acknowledge my full experience. And I'm open to allowing myself to rest in this moment and allow some of my energy to come back. Even though I feel so drained, like I have nothing left to give. I'm so tired. And I choose to acknowledge my experience. I choose to give myself compassion. And I'm open to allowing my energy to come back to whatever degree is available. And go ahead and start tapping on the top of the head. And just take a moment here, settle yourself. Taking a breath in through the nose. And again, just noticing how your body feels. Noticing sensations. And go ahead and tap on the eyebrow point. And just saying, I am exhausted. Moving to the side of the eye. I have nothing left to give. Moving underneath the eye. I have used all of my projector energy. Moving underneath the nose. I don't know where else to pull this energy from. Tapping on the chin. And I'm so tired. Tapping on the collarbone point. And as you tap on the collarbone point, notice any emotion that you feel around the exhaustion. Is there any sadness, frustration, anger? Tapping underneath the arm. I feel so much. And go ahead and say an emotion that you feel. Tapping on the top of the head. So on top of my exhaustion, I'm also feeling, and go ahead and say what emotion you're feeling. Just let out a loud breath throughout the mouth. Tapping on the eyebrow point. Repeating after me, it's not fair. Tapping on the side of the eye. I feel like this world was not built for me. Moving underneath the eye. This world was built for generators. Tapping underneath the nose. And I don't have generator energy. Moving to the chin. So how can they expect me to function at that level? Tapping on the collarbone point. I literally can't do it. Tapping underneath the arm. And this is what happens when I try. Tapping on the top of the head. When I try to keep up with the generator energy, with all of this productivity. Tapping on the eyebrow point. Or when I've just used up all of my energy. Moving to the side of the eye. Maybe I was doing something I actually enjoy and I actually want to be doing. Tapping underneath the eye. But I have used up all my energy. Moving underneath the nose, and I have nothing left to give. Moving to the chin, and as you tap on the chin again, just taking a moment, pausing, noticing how the body feels, tapping on the collarbone point and just saying, I just feel so much sensation in my, and go ahead and give that a voice wherever you feel it. Tapping underneath the arm. Where am I going to get this energy from? Tapping on the top of the head. I don't have time to rest in the way that I need to. Tapping on the eyebrow point. Where am I going to find the time to rest for the hours that I need or the days that I need? Tapping on the side of the eye. I don't know if I have an answer. Tapping underneath the eye. But maybe just sitting here for these couple of minutes, tapping underneath the nose, and tapping and giving my experience a voice. Moving to the chin. Maybe that's enough for now. Tapping on the collarbone point. Maybe acknowledging my experience when no one else will. Tapping underneath the arm is enough for this moment. Tapping on the top of the head. Maybe tapping and releasing my stress and exhaustion. Tapping on the eyebrow point and focusing on myself, even just for a couple of minutes. Moving to the side of the eye. Maybe that will give me enough energy. Moving underneath the eye until I can rest properly. Moving underneath the nose. Maybe I can let go of the expectation. Moving to the chin, that people will give me permission to rest. Moving to the collarbone, because they probably won't. Tapping underneath the arm, and instead of being angry and frustrated and resentful over that, moving to the top of the head, maybe I can speak up for what I need. Tapping on the eyebrow point, maybe doing this tapping will give me the clarity and the courage. Moving to the side of the eye, to speak up for what I need. Tapping underneath the eye, letting people know that if they want more from me. Moving underneath the nose, they're gonna have to let me rest. Moving to the chin, and then they can deal with their reaction. Moving to the collarbone, the reaction is not my responsibility. Moving underneath the arm, taking care of my energy is my responsibility. Tapping on the top of the head. So I'm gonna do that as much as I can. And let's just do one final round, tapping on the eyebrow point. And as you tap here, just imagine, what would it feel like in my body to have more energy? Maybe it's not there for you right now, and that's okay. Tapping on the side of the eye, but just imagine it, remembering a time, recalling a time in your memory when you felt really alive, when you felt really vibrant. Tapping underneath the eye. What's that feel like in your body? Really allow yourself to feel the quality of that in your body, in your spirit, to feel vibrant, to feel energetic, to feel full of your own life force, your own energy. Moving underneath the nose, and just tap that in. Maybe it's not a full reality right now, and that's okay. Moving to the chin and just saying, I'm open to the possibility that I can feel this way. I can feel energetic. Tapping on the collarbone point, and as I allow myself to rest in this moment, moving underneath the arm, I open myself up to the possibility of gaining more of my energy back. Excellent job. You can go ahead and stop tapping. Notice how your body feels now. If you need to do that again, by all means, do it. And use this. Use this when you have a couple of minutes and you're either in that burnout or you are well on your way or you can feel it teetering. This is obviously not a full-blown solution, but it can maybe help create some space until you can get the rest that you need or whatever is going to take care of you in the future. So thank you. Happy tapping, happy resting, and keep being your beautiful projector self because we need you.